Hola chicos, bienvenidos a la Semana 8. In this video, I'll be covering week 8 and all goings on for our SVL Spanish 2 course. So this week is from October 17th through October 23rd. I have held off on creating this video just more than anything because I threw kind of a lot of information at you on an announcement on Sunday. So I want to make sure you had time to read through that calmly. And I know a lot of you are getting caught up, so don't forget to use those first year resources that I posted for you. But this video is all about breaking down what you need to do in week 8, okay? So you have 4 assignments this week. You have after watching Diálogo en Vivo, after watching Viva España, or Cultura en Vivo. You'll also see that name. And then you have a homework on verbos reflexivos. We are starting reflexive verbs this chapter. Reflexive verbs are a bit funky, but they're not too crazy to understand. You don't have to learn any new conjugation, so that's nice. And of course, you're going to want to watch my supplemental video on those if the material in the course is not quite clear for you, okay? Also, of course, you've got your weekly Rosetta Stone, so don't forget about that. And let's get right into it. So, Diálogo en Vivo. Now, as I always say in my videos, your setup looks a little bit different as a student perspective, but I kind of like to show you what my perspective looks like so that you understand that all of the slides go in an order, and it's really important that you do go through all of them, okay? So you're going to watch the video, of course. On the next slide, you have the activity that you're supposed to do following that. So, Diálogo en Vivo, right here. Let's go over what you need to do on each part. The first question is, what is your routine in the morning? Describe it in detail. Now, all the vocab from this chapter is about morning routine and camping. Those are kind of the 2 topics, and they kind of go hand in hand. So obviously, obvio, I want you to show me that vocab and that you're practicing with that vocab. Use the reflexive verbs from this chapter to talk about your morning routine, okay? On the second part, you see them go on an excursion, okay? So, what would you put in your mochila for a long hike? Now, when we talk about items, we mean things or nouns, right? So, again, you're using the vocab from this chapter, okay? That's so essential because all of these activities are designed around the content from this chapter. Now, if you're not sure where to get the content from, of course, you can go up to that interactive chalkboard. Hang on, my computer's not, there we go. Okay, don't forget about that. So if you open it in a new tab, which is something that I like to do, and that way I can just keep it open, it'll open for you. Okay, don't forget, there are 56 slides. This tells you what slide number you're on. So if you have not clicked past the first 5, you are missing so much information. I can't even explain it, okay? So make sure you're keeping up on that. So going back to the assignment, the next one are about eventos. So this is all based on what you're watching. So you're going to answer the following questions about the episode. So I'm going to tell you which ones I want in English and which ones I want in Spanish, okay? How does Claudia convince Alejandra to finish the hike? Go ahead and explain this to me in English. That's fine, because that would be kind of complicated for you in Spanish. This part says, what essential items does she have in her purse? Now, since these are items, and you're listing them, I want you to go ahead and list them in Spanish. Most of them are vocab, but you also have the subtitles, so there's enough resources for you to be able to get those. Remember, it's okay, and I do expect you to watch the video multiple times, same as our audio assignments. It's okay, and I do expect you to listen to it multiple times, okay? The next one, Claudia asked the hikers for some stuff. So think about, what does she ask them? And this, again, you're listing this, okay? You have the subtitles there for you. And give the reason why in a complete sentence. There's a very specific reason why she would ask for this type of thing, okay? It'll become clear when you watch the video. Finally, Alejandra solves the problem. I'm going to accept this answer in English. If you can do it in Spanish, that would be super, okay? All right. Here, there's a phrase used in the video. Si queremos, podemos, okay? If you don't know what these words are, querer and poder, it looks like you need to pull out that handy-dandy dictionary, okay? Si queremos, podemos. They use this expression twice, and just answer the questions, what does it mean, and what was each character kind of referring to when they mentioned it. After watching, think back. Alejandra lists everything that's in her bag, right? So based on the other character, Claudia, and what you kind of know about her and maybe think like the way she acts, the things she says, the way she dresses, what do you think might be in her bag? Okay, you can do this in English or in Spanish. It's whatever you want to do, depending on where you want to take it. Okay, so that's your first assignment. Your next assignment is after you watch the video on Spain. So the first part, antes de mirar, before watching, is always kind of a reflection. So I'm okay with you doing this reflection in English, okay? The next part is when you're watching, it says watch the episode once without sound. So write down all the activities that people are involved in. Well, activities means verbs. Now, you could write down the infinitives, but what I really would like you to do is write down the participle. If you're like, I have no idea what a participle is, we studied this for the present progressive, and it's all the words that end with ando or yendo, like caminando, hablando, etc. Okay? And in the video, they mention a ton. Again, subtitles are your friends, okay? Lean heavily on the subtitles. All right, and don't forget, a lot of students are kind of leaving off the second page. Always remember to scroll down. So this whole section should be answered in complete sentences in Spanish, okay? Zoom out of that for you. They talk about the history of the park, and so go ahead and answer these complete sentences in Spanish. Now, all of these sentences are in the video. So again, subtitles are your friends, okay? Finally, let's look at our third assignment, which is your grammar assignment. And this is about your reflexive verbs. So you have some like question and answers, and you're going to complete them with the correct reflexive pronoun, okay? Which is, will be listed in my video. So if you have no idea what a reflexive pronoun is, go ahead and watch that video. I'm not going to get into it in this video. So one thing you're going to want to keep in mind is that this is a back and forth communication. So if I said, oh, how are you? You might answer, oh, I'm great, right? We go from you to I. Same thing's happening in Spanish. So you're going to want to pay attention to who is verbing in each situation and determine which reflexive pronoun to use based on that. So again, make sure you're watching the grammar videos and the other material. There is one error in here, and it says despérate, and it should be desperté. So just remember that. Keep that in mind. By the time you get around to doing this, I might have updated that error, but if not, just know that it's supposed to be desperté. So some of these are in present tense, some of these are in past tense, but whether or not it's in present or past tense doesn't change the reflexive nature of it. So just a couple things to keep in mind. And that's it. Last assignment is that good old Rosetta Stone, 1 hour a week. Remember, a really good idea is to chunk it out. So maybe do 15, 15, 15, 15. I'm still missing a lot of Rosetta Stones from a lot of you guys. So if you're the kind of person that does a million and turns it in at once, I'd really appreciate it if you turn them in as you complete them. And that way I can check them off and your grade will go up and up and up, okay? So if you have any questions, let me know. Until then, see you next time. Bye.